So this is my skin-on-frame Greenland Kayak that I bought from Theo in Hillsboro, and it's based on a West Greenland that currently measures 17 feet 3 inches long, 20 inches and a quarter inch wide. It's surprisingly roomy inside once you get inside the cockpit. The cockpit combing is the basic, or the knee brace right here is pretty tight. When I drop my knees away, I probably have an inch. My feet come in about right here. You can see my toes, and your heels brace up against another brace about right in this area. The seat is it's like a quarter-inch foam mat that sits on the ribs. I may do some cedar planking inside of there with the foam mat. Right now, I have a rib digging in my ass, and the brace right behind me is digging in my back. So I think I'm supposed to be sitting a little bit further forward in this, but because of the way the ribs are spaced, I can't quite sit that way. So I gotta kind of sit back a little further, which makes the spray skirt really tight here in the front. It's a little looser in the back, but if I move forward, it spreads out pretty evenly. It paddles really nice, actually. It goes straight. It doesn't seem to go left or right, so it's the keel is true on it. It has enough rocker. It turns really super easy for a 17-foot boat. I can see where you've got into wind where you would want a tie-on skeg, which the native Inuits actually made for these. They actually made a tie-on skeg that tied on over around the back to I don't know, probably like a 2-3 inch long skeg down underneath. My first impressions of it is on the construction is it doesn't leak on the bottom, but it leaks here where the deck rigging goes through, and on the combing where it was stitched, and the fabric here where it was stitched, it leaks there in places. There's a couple of places here, like right here, but there's no varnish, so I can see where it just soaks the fabric and then starts dripping in. I can feel it drip on my leg, my calf. Other than that, it's a great boat. It's not a kayak that you necessarily make to fit you. You basically have to kind of fit yourself to conform to the kayak. These things were pretty hardcore hunting kayaks. There was no comfort with them. You know, it's whatever made it faster, turn better, hunt better, basically, was what was figured into the design. Comfort was really kind of the last on the design. Other than that, I'm really excited about it. I would like to peel the skin off and redo the skin, only because I would like to have it a different, a darker color, more of a seal skin color. But this has been fine. It's a beautiful boat. Anytime you park in a parking lot, somebody's coming up and asking me about it. So these, one of the note is these right here. So these slide, and they actually slide so that you can hold your Greenland paddle in place, which is kind of cool. Anyway, keep you updated on the next update. Also to note with the seating position, because I'm kind of sitting back in it because of the way the ribs are positioned, I am right up against that back coaming. So to do a layback roll, I can't lay back really all that far. But if I move up, I'm supposed to be right in here, I can actually lay back pretty good. I might have to be a little bit further forward, probably like right up in here like this. And I'll probably have to fix a foam block in there to kind of keep myself in position. The foam block just basically just kind of has to go down around your butt. You don't really want it up at the top because you want to be able to lean back. I think I can lean back further on my Aquanaut. That has a pretty low rear deck on it. These ribs are not exactly comfortable, but I can see why they did what they did with these. I've heard people that when they construct these that they actually remove that rib and the rib underneath your feet. Now that doesn't create a little bit more room, but it makes it a little more comfortable. And then I've also heard of people putting in like a hammock design with dowel rods. Actually, Ryan Schultz with Cape Falcon Kayaks, that's what he suggests doing. Just a loose kind of hammock with the foam pad over the top of that to protect it. You don't want to go tight on that foam pad because it will pull in and distort the frame. These frames, they have no screws or nails in them, and they're all held together with pegs and like a synthetic sinew lashing, just like a wax thread. Other than that, it's a pretty interesting boat. Kind of looking forward to spend a little more time in it after I get the bits figured out on it. It edges really well. The secondary stability because of the hard chines is pretty fantastic, honestly. I have been doing a lot of it because I can feel water running in on my leg, so I don't want to fill the boat up with water. I'm sure if I did a roll, because it wouldn't be it'd be quick enough, it probably I wouldn't get enough water in it. But just me paddling with the Greenland paddle in the water running up on the top right here, it's running through where it wasn't quite finished. It is a kind of a bear to get in and out of because of the ocean cockpit, which is actually larger than my Nordcap. It's not as small. My Nordcap is about an inch narrower or longer. Or take that back. My Nordcap is an inch shorter, and it's almost 2 inches narrower in the opening. So that thing's really tight. And this spray skirt, which is an ocean cockpit for a valley, it fits it a lot better than it does this one. This one, the combing isn't tall enough. Doesn't have enough of a flare on it, and so that's another thing I probably would want to change. I'd probably want to add another layer up here to flare that out, or when I reskin it, because the combing comes off, put a new one on with more of a lip on it so that it sticks a lot better. The Brooks, the way that they make the Brooks rand is pretty thick compared to my Snapdragon. They don't make Snapdragon anymore, so and all the other kayak ocean cockpit rands are pretty thick, so I need a thinner one. Or just go down the road and get a 2-lick. But I don't know, I like my dry suit, so I'll probably do something. Figure out something with this. I probably won't modify this one because this one is actually for the Nordcap. But I probably will maybe contact Brooks and get another one for this. Probably size it differently, or I may get a Reed chill eater because what I've seen on those, they look a little thinner with a different material. So I may just do that. I'm getting to the point that I have to. I've been using my Snapdragon for between 4 different kayaks, and I'm gonna have to start specializing my my spray skirts per boat or a couple boats. Sure like my Snapdragon. I've had that for 4 years. I like the Brooks. It's thick. So it probably won't implode. It's pretty stretchy. I'm not going to have dead light when I get out of this thing, but I am going to have a red mark across the bottom of my back from this brace back here. The Massic, or the knee brace, actually fits really nice. I may sand it down. Oh, the other thing I'd want to do, if I pull off the skin and redo it, the main reason why I'd want to do that, changing the color, is a secondary reason. But the main reason why is because the frame wasn't protected. There was no tongue oil put on the frame. It's not a big deal because it's not going to be stored in the water, and every time it pulls, it's off the water, it gets dried out, and so it's not going to rot. But it just doesn't look as nice as it could, and so I would probably sand down the glue, the extra glue areas down underneath, and then tongue oil it. It's just an aesthetic thing. It doesn't really matter to anybody but me. Other than that, I think the kayaks was a great buy, and it's a great reference whenever I go to build my own skin-on frame. I like the dimensions of this one, as far as the rocker and the width and the length. The framing locations, obviously would probably have to change because they're very specific to the builder. Then his boat wasn't fitted to me. He's like 6 foot, 200 pounds. I'm a little bit shorter, 5'11", and I am like 220. So I'd like to lose that 20 pounds, and then maybe I'd fit better. At least it'd be a little easier getting in and out, because I'd probably gain some flexibility. So, hope you enjoyed the update. Why don't we see how this thing rolls? That was interesting. Almost fell out of it. I obviously have to do some more fitting of myself in this thing. I'm about ready to fall out of it when I'm upside down. My legs ache.